Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's been a minute, it's been a minute, it's been a minute. But praise be to God, I am still here. I am, first let me say the music that is playing is not my own. I have no rights to the music that is playing. It is for entertainment purposes only. Let me start there with that lovely disclaimer. Um, but I want to, this evening, and I'm waiting for my co-host to arrive. She was just getting in and getting settled, but I wanted to pop up here before the hour got too late. Um, so we haven't been up in a while. We have been um, lifing. Life has been lifing. There's really no honest way to no excuses and no other way to say it, that life has been lifing, and we have been forced to deal with some things that we would not under normal circumstances um, deal with. But what my co-host and I were discussing is and that we found is that it is in this time that we are both ironically having a Job experience. And I don't know how many how many of you are familiar with the story of Job in the Bible. So I'm not going to, of course, read the entire story, but I just want to give you an outline of how what I mean when I say this Job experience. So in Job 1, and I will start at the let me see. I will start at Job 1, and I will Job chapter 1 and verse 8. Um And it reads that the Lord asked Satan, "Have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears God and stays away from evil." Satan replied to the Lord, "Yes, but Job has good reason to fear God. You have always put a wall of protection around him and his home and his property. You have made him prosper in everything he does. Look how rich he is. But reach out and take away everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face." All right, you may test him, the Lord said to Satan. "Do whatever you want with everything he possesses, but don't harm him physically." So Satan left the Lord's presence. So the story goes on to say how Job began to lose things. And it started with his calf, his oxen, his animals. It started with his animals, and all of them were killed, and the farmlands was dying off. And then it keeps on to tell you that the sheep died, and keep on going in the story, and it'll tell you the camels died. So pretty much all of the livestock that Job had was dying, was dead and or dying. So then it goes on to tell you that Job's children were killed. And it says that um, a powerful windstorm came and from the wilderness and hit the house that Job's children was in. The house collapsed and all of his children died instantly. So Job lost first and foremost his livestock, and then he lost his children, all of his children, not just one or not just two, all of his children. Job lost all of his children in one foul swoop. So it was at this time that Job said, you know what? He was grief stricken, as we all get. He was grief stricken. So Job shaved his head, fell to the ground. He started worshiping God. And his words were, I came naked from my mother's womb, and I will be naked when I leave. The Lord gave me what I had, and the Lord has taken it away. Praise the name of the Lord. And all of this, losing all of his livestock, which is his livelihood, and now all of his children. And all of that, Job still said, praise the name of the Lord. God gave it to me and God took it away. So in this Job experience that I'm having right now, I hate to say that God took my mother away, but my mom passed away. And my mom and I were very close. Now, don't get me twisted. We had our ups and downs. We had our mother-daughter quarrels and qualms, but we were close as mother and daughter can be. We were like sisters. We were best friends. And she was my world. And she passed away. And after she passed away, I had to make some adjustments in my life that were very uncomfortable. And I'm just going to be transparent here because I am positive that there is somebody else out here that's going through the exact same thing that I'm going through. Either you have gone through it previously, you're going through it now, or you will at some point go through what I'm getting ready to tell you about. So, in losing my mother, I had to begin to consolidate and get rid of material things that I had. And I had them not necessarily because my mother gave them to me, but because of the lifestyle that we lived, and we had consolidated and combined incomes, we were able to do things differently. So going from a 3-income household down to a 1-income household, I had to start to get rid of things. And did getting rid of those things hurt? Yeah, it did. Did getting rid of those things make me feel some kind of way? Yeah, they did. And losing some of those things and giving some of those things back, did I feel like a failure? Did I feel like I was losing? I was hitting rock bottom? Yeah, absolutely. I did. But going through all of that, not one time did I say, God, why are you taking all of this stuff away from me? I had to learn immediately that it wasn't the things that make me who I am, but it is him that gives me the strength and the power and the wherewithal to continue on. There are people who dwell on, live and live by material things. Things define them, things validate them, things make them who they are. But in this humbling experience that I have had, or I have had to have, it allowed me to know that I did not need those things. Those things did not make Tammy who she is. Those things did not make me happy per se. Those were things that I had, luxuries that I had to get through what we call this thing we call life. And so in losing those things, yeah, I had to humble myself. I had to get, and I hate to say it in such a way, but I had to hit rock bottom in order to start rebuilding and regrowing me, because through the years I had been defined as Mary Jane's daughter. And to a lot of people in life, I really didn't have a name. I was Mary Jane's daughter. I was so-and-so's mother. I was, y'all forgive me, my dogs are having a fit. But I was defined as something or someone else and not Tammy. So when people looked at me, they saw me as so-and-so's mother, so-and-so's daughter, so-and-so's sister. Not ever really had I been viewed as or looked at as Tammy. So God had to take me all the way down to my humble beginnings to allow me to grow and start to rebuild. So when people look at me and see me, they see me. They don't see the things that I have, and they don't see that I can reach back to mom, or I can call X, Y, and Z, or do X, Y, and Z to get what I need. Right now, when they see me in this humble place that I am, because please believe I'm still in the midst of my Job experience. And I have gotten the job that I've always wanted to have, very stable in my job, in my employment. And not only did I get that blessing, within 3 months of getting that job, I received a promotion on that job. So God is blessing me and rebuilding me. So people have to look and see me. They no longer have to look and say, or even think or believe that because of someone else, I have what I have, or I am who I am. That is no longer the case. Everything that I had that was stripped away from me, I am now getting back. And if you know your word, you know the word says that Job got back everything that he lost, and it was doubled, it was multiplied. So he received more than he lost. And not one time in his experience did he say or curse God and die, because that was his option, to curse God and die. Now, the devil could not kill him. That was the agreement between him and God. The devil could not kill him, but the devil could take away everything that he had. And all the devil wanted Job to do was curse God and die. That's all. And that would have been the end of it. But Job dare not curse his God, whom he knew gave him everything. Gave him everything that he had. So it wasn't his to mourn for, it was God's. So everything that I have had and everything that I have lost, it was not mine to cry about. God gave it to me. And just like God gave it to me, God can take it away. But when God took it away, God is going to bless me. He's humbled me. So when I promise you this, I am in my word so much. I'm sharing a word daily with somebody. I am making an introduction to God to somebody each and every day that they see this space. I am blessing somebody. I'm going to tell anybody that has ears that can hear something about my God. They will not, no matter what I am going through, no matter how I am feeling, no matter who hurt me, no matter who intentionally or unintentionally hurt me, no matter what, I refuse to bow down to the devil. I refuse to give him any glory in anything that is going on in my life. Because what I am learning in this humbling time and throughout my Job experience is this: as long as I continue to do what God has called me to do, he will continue to bless me above and beyond all that I can ask or pray for. And he does. When I wake up in the morning and the first words that come out of this mouth is thank you, Jesus, for another day. And when I lay my head down at night, I promise you, I thank him for allowing me to be who I am. And whatever I did that day, my prayer is that if I didn't do anything else, that I blessed one person on that day. Every single day. Every single day. And we have to learn that it's not the material things in this life that validate us. It's not that. It's not that. Those material things don't validate us. They don't make us who we are. It is God himself. And if we continue to worship and praise and glorify the material things that we have, we're not doing something right. We're not doing something right. We're not living right. We're not doing what God has called us to do. The material things are a bonus. And just like you got them, you can lose them. But let me tell you, I am slowly, daily, yet growing, yet regaining, yet rebuilding, yet living and getting back to where I need to be in this life. And here's the thing, again, it's not going to be what somebody else gave me or what somebody else did for me. It's going to be what God gave me. God blessed me with. It's going to come from the fact that I tithe. I pay my 10%. I give God my dime. I give God my dime. And my tithe blesses me. It opens up windows and pours me out blessings that I will not have room enough to receive. I trust in his word. I believe in his word. If ever I doubt anything that I see in this wicked world, I go to my word and I find the answers that I need. I no longer seek after the face of or the voice of a man or a woman, period, to validate or confirm or deny anything that I see or hear. Why is that? Because I'm going straight to the word and I'm going to get what I need from that. So I encourage you all today to stay in your word. And you might be in the midst of a Job experience, but do not give up. Do not give up. Do not curse God. Do not talk against God. Do no blasphemy. Do not talk against God, period. It may be something that you need to go through in order to be better than you are right now. And that is my Job experience. That is where I had to get. That is where I have been in my Job experience. But baby, let me promise you this. If I don't promise you anything else, I am bigger and better than I have ever been in my entire life. But get this, you ain't seen nothing yet. The best is yet to come. There are so many blessings to come for me. Through that tunnel where you see that light at the end, that's a blessing, baby. That's a blessing. That is a blessing. That ain't nothing but a blessing. And I promise you, it's going to be a hard road and trek and journey through that tunnel to get to that light. And the more you go through that tunnel trying to get to that light, the further and further that light may seem to be. But don't stop in the middle of that journey. Don't stop in the middle of this journey. Keep going. Keep going. You might get tired. In fact, ain't no might. You're going to get tired. You're going to get weary. Your body is going to hurt. Your heart is going to hurt. You're going to feel like, OMG, what? It's going to be hurdles. It's going to be construction. It's going to be detours. It's going to be all kind of stuff going on in that tunnel. A lane is going to be blocked. A car going to be broke down. Something going to go on in this tunnel each and every day. But it's your job to do two things. Wait. Don't give up. But not only wait, try to wait patiently. Or like my pastor say, you can stubbornly wait, but you got to wait no matter what. Wait. Don't give up. Don't try to rush God. Don't try to move past this point, because every point that you get to in that road is necessary. It's necessary. You have to go through it. You have to get to it. You have to get to it. You got to go through it to get around it. Ain't no going around it. I take that back. Ain't no going around it, but you got to go through it. You got to go through it step by step. This is a process. This is not something that we going to just get through, get over, and be done with, and tomorrow we going to wake up and it's going to be sunshine and roses. This is not the Wizard of Oz. We not in Oz. We still in Kansas, baby. We still in Kansas. And when we wake up, we gonna still be in Kansas. Ain't gonna be no wizard, ain't gonna be no scarecrow, ain't gonna be no Tin Man. This is reality. This is real life. And we have to go through it. We have to go through it. And it's not always gonna be pretty. But when you get to that light at the end of the tunnel, baby, and you start seeing these blessings that God has in store for you, believe it will be well worth it. It will be well worth it. Our goal in this life is to see Jesus. That's my goal. That's my goal. I want to see his face, and I want to hear him say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. So I encourage you on this evening, if you're having a Job experience, stay focused, stay prayerful, stay in your word, trust the process, and keep moving. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep praying. Keep praying. Keep praying. And your prayer doesn't have to be so sophisticated that you talking to a stranger. If you have a relationship with God, you can sit here and talk to God. You can talk to God the same way I'm talking to you. God hears you, and he understands every word. He understands and hears you before you even open your mouth and spit it out. But God wants us to commune with him. He wants us to talk to him. He wants us to tell him out loud how you feel, how this situation makes you feel. And if you listen closely, he will respond. He will communicate with you as well. But you have to be open-minded. You have to have you have to have that discernment. You have to have the will of God. You have to have the ear for God. You have to just be very, very aware of who God is. And if you have that relationship with God, you won't have any problems communicating, hearing, and knowing when it's God talking or if it's you yourself. Come on. Throughout this Job experience, keep learning and keep growing. And most importantly, let God continue to use you. You do not need material things to validate who you are in this world, in this present time. All you need is Jesus Christ. And that is the only one that can save you. Not one person that is out here today has a heaven or hell that they can put you in. The only one that can do that is God himself. So my word to you is stay encouraged. No matter what it is that you're going through, stay encouraged, stay focused, stay blessed, and keep on trekking. Don't stop. Don't let the roadblocks, don't let the curves, don't let the milestones, don't let the floods, don't let the fires, don't let nothing, none of these obstacles that come up, don't let them stop you. Don't let them stop you or deter you from reaching your blessing, from getting your blessing, because there's a blessing. If you woke up in the morning, this morning, it's a purpose for your life. It's a plan and a purpose for your life. Just believe it. Trust the process. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. I love you, each and every one of you. I was waiting for my co-host to get in and get settled, but it looks like she may have gotten caught up in something. And maybe her internet is not working where she is. I'm not really sure. I can't make any excuses. But we in this thing together. So if it's not one of us or both of us, somebody will be up here. We promise you to continue to encourage each and every one of you to keep on tracking, keep on pushing, and give God all the glory and all the praise. The last thing I need you to do is to curse God. Don't do it. Don't allow the enemy to force you to curse God. Don't do it. It's not good for you, and it will definitely not be good for them. God bless you. I love you.